Man, yo, what's going on? It's your boy Brandon Berg. Just getting with you guys on Saturday. Just got back in Houston, man. Really just exhausted, man. But just came back from New Mexico. Um, this is really I'm just going to break it down a little bit. Um, just going to mess a few things in there, some historic shit, some current event, and everything else. I'm going to jump into this major nationwide protest with with the immigration policy. Well, the thing about that, they can they can protest all they want, but the thing that's probably going to be the deal killer is the Supreme Court, and that's something that the Democrats or illegal or pretty much the Hispanic population have no say so whatsoever, and and it's going to be a real big midnight for everybody. I mean, it's already as black people, we already are in a midnight type of status. We're pretty much getting shut out in a lot of government institutions. We're definitely being ignored by the Democratic Party. And if you really want to really make the case, we're actually being process of being replaced by the Democratic Party. And the Democratic Party was already trying to find a replacement for us. So there's really no love for the Democrat or should be black people. Um, like I said, people talking about I think they CNN, no not CNN, and I think it was NSNBC, and they had a white lady up in there. I think I forgot her name. She was telling about, yeah, we're going to fight the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court have nothing to do with your protest. That is strictly Congress and appointee of the president. They have nothing to do. You can say, scream, you can kick all you want. A lot of people say, well, that'll be the end of the Republican Party. Not really. But you got a majority of the female population that's actually against abortion. So that's not really a deal killer. It might be a deal killer for Democrats if they don't fight this, but um, you but they kind of proved themselves invalid already. When you think about it, look from the just not really fighting for black people value or interest period. So there's many things going on, and I'm like I would touch a little bit about John Brown. I think John Brown's probably the only white man in American history. There's a few white men that actually fought for black people as well, but John Brown's probably the only one who really fought and died for the interests and improvement and empowerment of black people. Um, so much in white society, he's deemed as a traitor. But in the same way, his death also catapulted the Civil War. A lot of people don't really understand. John Brown was also took place in the Bloody Kansas. That was the compar. I think it was the compromise of 1850, where the states, were trying to decide, the free states, and they were really more about the territory, Louisiana Purchase in the West. They were fighting for the West. And I remember the United States basically contradicted their asses. That's the North. You gotta admit that's the North because they contradict themselves. And you always want to ask yourself why is black people is always being shut down or shut away or put in the bottom or put in um, un unrecognizable underlying dire situation. And mostly, I think it's basically economic and advancement. When you think about the slave economy, slavery. That's it. That was a capitalism. Um, that's capitalism. That is the wrong deal of capitalism. As when you think about it, that is pure capitalism. Slavery is actually pure capitalism. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the majority of the wealth of the United States. There was some wealth going to Europe. It was a lot. It was a lot of European countries and nations that really had a hand in that. in that whole entire slave economy. A lot of them didn't directly um, have a hand in it, but they had an in unilaterally hand into it, and that's why I was deeming myself. I know they were talking about this Alexandra, and I know she upset in New York. I think she overthrew an incumbent Democrat in New York, and she's saying, "Oh, this is a new rush. This is a new wave of Hispanics." I told a lot of people, Hispanics don't really see themselves as an entire voting bloc, because there's too many cultures, there's too many national, and there's too many ethnics, and there's too many different self interests in each other. So a lot of them is going to vote against each other for the interest of what they hold. And like Cuba's not going to ride for a lot of Puerto Ricans or Dominicans or Mexicans, because in the short term you undermine their political clout. Mexicans have a clout into it as well. They want to be deemed as asylum seekers. But Puerto Ricans, you shouldn't even have an issue because they're already deemed as citizens. They got something um, that Cubans and actually Mexican despise sometimes. So um, there's always a very uneasy, could be also colorism, racism, animosity towards each other. So are they going to be united as a one block? I don't think so. They're not really as loyal. I mean, they really don't really get in politics. A lot of them don't really get in politics like that. A lot of them identify themselves as white. You got a lot of generational Hispanic families that have been here 100 plus years, and they really don't look at these immigrants coming in. 'Cause a lot of them look at these immigrants as something like totally foreign. So you gotta understand, um, yeah, she won a deal, but she stays in New York. That's a heavily liberal city, very blue Democratic control. But is she gonna have the same success anywhere else? I don't think so. Um, so she might speak the same language, but they don't have the same culture in a way. So and in their mind, she might say I'm Puerto Rican, but in some other Hispanics, colorism and racism still exists. So they're gonna look at her as a black woman. She speak Hispanic, they're gonna like, well, she's black. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of colorism and a lot of racism that goes among that entire group, that voting block, that group. So it's gonna be very impossible for Hispanic to really make a dramatic impact. Um, because a lot of people don't want to hear that immigration. A lot of people don't want to hear about illegal, especially white America. I mean, you really want to look at white America is not going to really go for that. Black people is really not going to go for that either. Because you think about it, it's almost like we're signing our faith. It's like you basically pulling the trigger yourself. So um, as a collective, as a group, most black people is not going to really support immigration. But you do got coons and complete idiots and stuff that's going to ride for the situation, knowing damn well this could be their downfall as well. But that's a state where certain groups of black people we have with each other, and that's the thing that we definitely got to deal with each other. Um, but yeah, I just like I said, I think I talked about it. That don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? You can't stop the Supreme Court. Donald Trump is already his legacy is already sealed, and he's about to make it even more. It's gonna be a wrap. All right. Whoever he appoints in that Supreme Court, that's done. The Roe v. Wade, the abortion, that shit's gonna be overturned. Labor right already been destroyed. That's actually go back towards the Obama administration. So there's a lot of things that already was set in motion for this to happen. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said to black people, just get ready for midnight. We're already in it. Everybody else, like look at the Muslim ban. I mean, it's already going into that favor. It's already going into that lane. Hispanics is trying to they're trying to get in that door before it actually closed, but it's already closing because the wall's being built. already. I mean, it's already getting built. So it's a lot of two things. Trump is doing. He's winning. I mean, I know I made this a few times in a couple videos, but it is what it is. You can do all these protests, mass immigrations, guns, rules, advocates, all this other stuff until white people look in the eyes and say, we are the problem. We need to change our society. We need to change everything from our society within ourselves. There's nothing that's going to be happening. America got a brutal, dangerous, demonic past. Goes back to European as well. So, um, but like I said, I'm gonna probably check you guys back out. I'll get with you guys later on another video. One.